Guten Morgen, meine liebe Klasse. And so you have learned Kapitel 6 Körperteile, Body Parts. Und jetzt sprechen wir über Krankheiten. Das heißt illnesses. And I do recognize it is a little bit strange or uncomfortable to talk about illnesses during a pandemic. And so if it's making you uncomfortable to do this, that's okay. You can just skip this day and get back into it tomorrow. All right, so we're going to learn some ways to ask people how they're doing and how they feel. And so these are questions that you could ask. Wie fühlst du dich? So we already know that one. How do you feel? Practice that. Wie fühlst du dich? Then we have Wie geht es dir? Wie geht es dir? We already know that one. How's it going for you? So it could be really casual, like what's up? How are you doing? Or like, oh, how are you feeling? How's it going? Wie geht es dir? All right, this is a new one. So was fällt dir? Was fällt dir? It's easy to get this confused with fühlen, but a totally different verb. So fehlen means to be wrong with. And so you're saying what is wrong for you, or what is wrong to you, or what is wrong with you. So notice that dative is dir. So if I wanted to say what's wrong with him, I could say was fällt ihm. Or if I wanted to say what's wrong with her, was fällt ihr. Just like you would on Wie geht es dir. So how's it going for him? Wie geht es ihm? How's it going for her? Wie geht es ihr? All right, was ist los mit dir? So this is a literal translation. What is wrong with you? Was ist los mit dir? And then this next one. Ist dir nicht gut? Ist dir nicht gut? And so it looks a little weird. It looks like you're saying, is you not good? But really what you're saying is life, is your health not good for you? So notice that dative there, dir. And so that would be for you. Like, is it not good for you? Ist dir nicht gut? Because remember, in German, we can't talk about like, ich bin gut or du bist gut. Talking about health. That's like more like morals. And so we say, ist dir gut or ist dir nicht gut? Ist etwas mit dir? Ist etwas mit dir? So that means is something with you. So pretty clear there. All right, so then these are the responses that you could give about your health. And so, ich fühle mich wohl. So we've seen that before, that reflexive verb. Ich fühle mich wohl. Es geht mir nicht gut. Or, es geht mir gut. So it's not going good for me, or it's going good for me. Mir ist schlecht. Mir ist schlecht. So this is when it looks a little weird. It looks like you're saying me is bad, but really you're saying it, life, this like general subject is bad for me. So that mir is the for me. So mir ist schlecht would mean like I don't feel well. I'm not doing well. Mir ist nicht gut. Same thing as above. Mir ist nicht gut. And so remember that idea that you can't say ich bin gut or ich bin schlecht. And so you have to say to me, it's bad. And so mir ist schlecht or mir ist nicht gut. And you're going to do that for him and for her too. So you wouldn't say ist schlecht. If you were talking about how he feels, you would say ihm ist schlecht. It's bad for him. Or ihr ist schlecht. It's bad for her. Or if it's plural, ihnen ist schlecht. It's bad for them. All right, so then we're going to get into just some vocabulary phrases. Some of these you already know. Some of them may be new. So new vocabulary words, you can practice these on the Quizlet. So ich bin krank is I am sick. Ich bin erschöpft. I am exhausted. Ich kann kaum schlucken. I can barely swallow. Ich habe Husten. It's I have a cough. So Germans don't say an A for cough. They just say I have cough. Ich habe Husten. Ich habe Schnupfen. Is I have the sniffles. The same idea. Most of these illnesses that we're going to see omit the article. So in English, we would say I have the sniffles or I have a cough. Germans just say I have sniffles. I have cough. Ich habe Fieber. Same thing. I have fever. Ich habe eine Erkältung. So this is I have a cold. So notice you are allowed to give the article here, and it is a feminine word. Erkältung is a D word. And so you're going to say Ich habe eine Erkältung, for I have a cold. Ich habe Halsschmerzen. So we have already learned these body parts. So this is I have a sore throat, but Germans are going to omit that A and just say I have throat pains. And so Schmerzen is a plural word for pains. So ich habe Halsschmerzen is I have throat pains. We're going to see the same construction with all of our body parts. So ich habe Kopfschmerzen. I have head pains, or I have a headache. Ich habe Zahnschmerzen. I have tooth pains, or I have a toothache. Ich habe Ohrenschmerzen. I have ear pains, or have an earache. Ich habe Bauchschmerzen. I have stomach pains. All right, so then this is how, after you have talked about your illness, this is how your friend or doctor or parent could respond with some advice. And so zuerst zu Hause bleiben is to stay at home. And so that's the phrase zu Hause bleiben, but you could put it with a modal verb. Du musst zu Hause bleiben. Or you could put it with, even with a command. Bleib zu Hause, stay at home. Zur Drogerie gehen. So that's to go to the drugstore. So if you wanted to tell somebody, you should go to the drugstore, you would just plug in that du sollst, and then zur Drogerie gehen goes to the end. Du sollst zur Drogerie gehen would mean you should go to the drugstore. And so drugstores in Germany don't have pharmacies. And so that's where you would just get over-the-counter things or, cough drops. And the Walgreens of Germany is called Müller, and that's its logo. Zur Apotheke gehen. That is to go to the pharmacy. So Apotheke is where you would get prescription medications in Germany. Nur leichte Speisen essen. So this is to only eat light food. So you could tell somebody, du musst nur leichte Speisen essen. Or ich soll nur leichte Speisen essen. Den Arzt anrufen. That is to call the doctor. Anrufen is a separable verb in German. So if you wanted to say, I'm calling the doctor, you would say, ich rufe den Arzt an. Zum Arzt gehen is to go to the doctor. Oh, I don't know where that one. Okay. Zum Krankenhaus gehen is to go to the hospital. 112 anrufen is to call 911. The European 911 is 112. Medikamente nehmen is to take medication. And then our last one, gute Besserung, is get well soon. All right, so you do have an assignment that is on Teams to fill in some conversations. I'm going to give you an example of one of those now. And so you first want to fill in, we have one friend on the left who's going to be asking how the other friend is doing. So remember, they're going to be informal because they're friends, same age. And so she could ask, ist dir schlecht? But remember, there are tons of ways you can ask how somebody's doing. You can refer back to the beginning of this slideshow, or just think about wie fühlst du dich? Or was ist los mit dir? Lots of options there. And then the friend who's sick is going to respond. And so she could respond with a general statement like mir ist schlecht, or ich fühle mich nicht wohl, or etwas ist los mit mir. Or she could get specific here. So I have it both. Ja, mir ist schlecht, and then ich habe Kopfschmerzen. So I have head pains. And then the friend on the left is going to respond to that with some advice. So she's going to say, Schade, du sollst Medikamente nehmen und schlafen. You should take medication and go to sleep. So you will have several of these to do on Teams, and that assignment is up now. Auf Wiedersehen.